Shabbat Shalom. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. It is the Sabbath day, June the 15th, 2013. It's also the 49th Omer. This is, hallelujah, Shavuot weekend. Pentecost starts tonight at the end of the Sabbath day and goes through Sunday night. And for Shavuot, I'm going to have two different messages that are going out. I have a very important prophetic message that will be going out for Shavuot itself, which again starts tonight. But for today, for the Sabbath day, I have another message, and I was struggling how to present this because I have two sort of things that Yah has placed upon my heart, and at first they seemed kind of unrelated, but as I'm looking at it, now I'm seeing how they're very, very much related. And it's all about pursuing Yahshua. It's all about keeping your focus on Him. And I'm just going to go right into it here. So this first part is called The Lie of the New Age Movement and the Truth of Surrender to Yahshua. I recently saw a movie that I don't want to name, as I don't recommend it. Yet Yah has amazingly used this movie to remind me of something He has wanted me to write about. Paradoxically, while this movie showed the selfish, darkened twisting of the subject, Yah used that to show me more vividly the pure handling of the subject. This is the idea that to pursue a joy for life actually brings joy. It does not. To pursue enjoyment or happiness or really anything as the main goal of one's life does not ever bring that which is sought for. However, when one decides to lay his life down to Yahshua of Nazareth and fit his life into the commandments of His Word, in other words, when one chooses to make Yah the top priority or the center of his life, then true enjoyment of life, true happiness results. This is because Yah, who loves us very much, is able to bring pleasures to us in the right context, and thus the enjoyment is truly lasting. For example, I went to go see this movie, and it turned out to be a rather bad movie because one of its unspoken themes was that a person can enjoy life totally divorced from Yah and His Word. However, because I do make Yah the top priority in my life, even by seeing what I would consider a bad movie, Yah prompted me to write this article about what brings true happiness. In other words, because I didn't just go see the movie to see it, but rather it is in the periphery or in the background of me loving Yah with all my heart, even what could have been a negative experience turned into one of great joy by glorifying Him. Yahshua made this point very clear when He said that the person who loses his life will find it. One must totally abandon everything to Yahshua, trusting that He is good, that His commandments are good, and when one does so, then true joy can begin. Now, this does not mean everything is always rosy for the believer, okay? Yahshua did say His yoke is light, but He also said we must take up our cross. Paul said we enter the kingdom of heaven through much tribulation. But the point is, when Yah is at the center, even the painful tribulations in our lives serve only to bring us closer to Him. After all things work for the good to them who love Him and are called according to His purpose. I would rather have the pains and rejections and hardships and tribulations of following Yah with everything in me while having that lasting and enduring joy only He can impart than to try to pursue my own happiness and ambitions while always feeling disconnected, lost, and plagued with inner chaos. Giving our whole selves over to Yahshua is really the best thing we can do from the present moment and for every moment we experience from now throughout eternity. It is the only way to truly enjoy life. And this New Age concept that one can find inner peace or happiness or enjoyment without making Yah and His Word the center is the greatest lie of all. For the very thing it promises, it never actually delivers. So, sort of contrasting the false New Age idea with, what it truly means to serve Yahshua. And, guys, Yah is the center of all reality. So, when you align yourself with His Word and you align with yourself with His purposes, then, the lines will fall into you in pleasant places, like what Psalm 16 says. It brings you in alignment with Him, and then there's a lot of joy that comes with that in everyday life. Um, Hallelujah. And trying to do it without Yah, trying to do it without His Word, may bring temporary pleasure or temporary happiness, but it won't be lasting. It will eventually cave in. Now, my next part of this video is sort of shown here in the picture, and this is about Philippians. And this is about, well, I think you'll know it as I read it, but it's about, again, the pursuit of Yah. And I want to highlight Philippians 3:13 through 14, where Paul writes, "Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yah in Messiah Yahshua." Paul is expressing from the deepest part of his soul his utter and desperate need, his complete craving to know and grow closer and closer to Yahshua. This push toward Yahshua must grow in intensity every moment, and we must reach out, pressing onward, closer to Yah day by day. Oh, how we need this now. In the dark days that we are in, we need that deep and anguish-like yearning to draw closer to Yah with every breath we take, with every moment we live. We dare not be content with our present relationship with Yah. No. We must know Him more, understand His Word more perfectly, drink in who He is into our lives more deeply. We must strive to be closer to Him tomorrow than we are today. We must. So it's this deep yearning that Paul does so well in expressing there in the book of Philippians. And that really is the essence of the true life of a believer, one who loves Yahshua, is just wanting more and more and more to get closer to Him, to know Him more, to be able to glorify Him better. And we do that through reading His Word. We do that through constantly talking to Him throughout the day, seeing Him in our lives in every way by fostering a close relationship with Him. And that's the center of reality for those who truly love Yah. And it's important. It's important in these dark days that we're living in, when so many people are looking at the fear that's coming upon men. That's not where our eyes should be. Our eyes need to be completely and totally on Yahshua HaMashiach. So, I hope you see how these sort of two messages connect. It's all about pursuing Yah with everything in us. And of course, that's a good thing to highlight during this Shavuot season, because Shavuot is all about His Spirit filling us and allowing us to draw closer to Him and to be a greater reflection of His glory to those around us. Hallelujah. Well, Yah bless, Shabbat Shalom, and may you have a wonderful, happy Shavuot. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries, and the website is www.spiritandtorah.com.